How's it going, guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about cryptocurrencies today because they can make you rich. Yeah. Everybody always fantasizes about like ways to get rich, right? Everyone's like, I could win the lottery. Yeah, you could, but it's like millions and millions against one. Gambling, casinos, people all have this big dream, like maybe they get rich, and other people just go and they work for like 50 years, and then they try and save up their money. But of course, the value of money is always going down because the government's just printing more, and it's not really a viable strategy. Doesn't really work that well. So most people end up suffering, and it's one of those questions I get so much from guys. It's like, how do I want to exit the matrix? This system sucks. I don't want to do this shit. I just want to be free and do what I want to. And it's like, well, yeah, having some dough is a useful tool if that's what you want to do. And interestingly, we're at a point right now where we're in the golden age of cryptocurrencies. I think it's really early days. Most people have heard of Bitcoin, or a lot of people have, but most people haven't heard of like all these other coins and stuff. So I thought I'd introduce you guys to it, just give you guys a little bit of the basics. I've been into it for a little while now. I got into Bitcoin in like 2012, and cryptocurrencies, other ones, I guess, just over a year ago. I started like buying other ones and stuff, and it's pretty insane. Like if you like, first of all, just from the financial standpoint, like I bought a currency called Ripple at 0.007 cents, so that's 2/3 of a penny around there, and it's worth 30 cents now. So I want you to think about if you were to buy that at even $1,000, you'd have like 35K right now. That's not bad in about a year and a bit, you know. It's pretty insane. Like, in fact, that's impossible. That kind of investment doesn't really exist anywhere. And there's lots of other coins as well that are just have gone up a lot. Like I bought Dash at like $3.50. That shit is like, 80, 90, $100 right now. It's crazy. I sold mine at 15 like an idiot. But still a lot of money to be made. So it's just one of those opportunities. So I want to talk a little bit about it, so some of y'all can get paid and buy my stuff. That's my secret angle. If you guys get really rich, you can spend some money on me, and that's why I want to help you out. So let's get started. So basically, if you don't know about what the hell I'm talking about, so there's something called the blockchain, and it's basically decentralized, and it's like lots of people like you and me have computers, and we can run software on those computers, and those computers talk to each other. So it's using the internet, but on this blockchain, what we can do is we can have different blockchains for different reasons, which basically just different networks of computers. So the first one on the blockchain, or well, the one that's I guess known the most is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin basically it's money, and it's a lot realer than fiat currency, if you ask me. But anyway, basically you can send money anywhere in the world. It costs it's much cheaper to send, or at least it used to be. It's much cheaper to send than the normal ways of wiring money and stuff, and it's a lot easier. You just have someone's Bitcoin address and you send them the money and they get it relatively fast. So you don't have to go through a bank, you don't have to go to a bank. I mean, Jesus, banking is so archaic. Like you have to go into your bank and send a wire, and some accounts around the world you can't even do online. Still, you still have to go to your bank. It's ridiculous. So it's just a better way of sending money. But, and also, as governments print money, value goes down. Bitcoin, there's only a limited amount, and therefore the value is going up over the time. So it's much better for us people. Now, blockchain can be used for other stuff. So you can have smart contracts on it. So for example, let's say you want to sell me your house. I could have on the blockchain like a deed that says that I own the house. And I could basically say to you, okay, cool, you're going to send me the money, but you could send the money to like a third party. Third party verifies that they have the money waiting for me, and I say cool. Then I give I could give you the property at that point, and then you say the property deed is in your control, and then I would get the money, for example. So there could be lots of contracts like that, and so like lawyers are obsolete. Like, why do you need to hire a lawyer who knows the law and stuff like that? You could just all that could be automated, and then you could just do any kind of legal deal using the blockchain, right? Which is insane. Also, like there's huge opportunities in like content creation. Like there's a website called Steemit where you can write content and people like it, and based on various factors, but how much people like it and your interactivity and your reputation, blah blah blah. But you can basically get paid in another cryptocurrency, Steem, which you can turn into Bitcoin and then money. And what's cool about it is like you can't erase something. Like once it's on the blockchain, you can't really censor it. It's just there. It's there. All the computers have it. So governments or other businesses or whoever doesn't want it to be there, well, it's going to be there. So it's great for freedom, right? It can't really be censored. And there's so much stuff going on. So basically, and so a couple of other examples of like what could be done on blockchain technology is a company called Siacoin. and the storage coin. And what they're doing is basically like, how you have Dropbox on your computer, you have to pay money and you have space with a private company, and you can upload your files on the web into the old cyberspace. So with this, it would be decentralized storage. So for example, rather than paying money to a company, you could have a section of your hard drive for a certain project like SIA, and then somebody who wants to store files, they would be storing files on your computer, but it would be like a clone, and it would just be some of the data. So you couldn't actually look at their stuff; it would be encrypted. But your extra storage capacity on your computer could be used with millions of other computers in order to rent out your hard drive, so you can make a bit of money. Or you could use the network to store your extra, your whatever information. Instead of using Dropbox, you could use this, and the money would be going to other people who are part of the network. You see what I mean? So that's really, really cool. So that's one application, and then there's another project called Golem, and what they're doing is it's similar idea, except it's like processing power. So let's say your computer is chilling, and you just leave it on at night or whatever. You could have it using its computational power to do some work that someone else needs, and so they could be renting out your computer, and they could be paying you money on the processing power that, I suppose, as long as it's more money than you're spending on electricity, would be profitable for you, right? So they're creating kind of like a supercomputer that's sort of, shared. So these are just some examples to give you guys an idea of like what can blockchains be used for. But basically, there's huge opportunities in a lot of ways, because you can invest in some of these tokens that represent the company. It's not actually investing in the company; it's just a token. But like the stock market, people buy and hold and trade for profits. So you can do that as well. And we're still in early days, man. Like everything's blowing up. The Asian people love it. Japan's just starting to buy stuff. So it really, if you pick like good companies that you like and you invest in them, you can make money. If you want to learn how to do trading, which obviously is dangerous, you can do that, and you could trade, and it's a lot easier to trade crypto, a lot less complicated than like stocks and stuff like that. You could just open an account and start tomorrow. And the cool thing with crypto is like you don't have to have a lot of money. You can start with any amount of money. You could technically be trading $1 if you wanted to turn that dollar into 10, and then turn 10 into 100. So there's no minimum or maximum at all. So even if you have like $100, cool, you can start trading with $100. And actually, I know a guy who had $100, or I think less than, he turned into like 600 just recently. And I know other people who didn't have any money, and just by posting articles up on Steam and getting a little bit of money from those articles, they were able to buy Bitcoin and other cryptos and start making money from that. And I've heard several stories of people who are doing really well now, and they didn't have any money at all. They just went straight in through getting some crypto in some other way. So it's freaking insane. Never play with money that you can't afford to lose, because it's still dangerous. Your account can get hacked, or an exchange can get hacked and taken down, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so if you only have like $200 to your name, I wouldn't put it into crypto. But if you have some money to play with, then go for it. In my opinion, it is the opportunity of the century. It's so huge. It's insane. And so like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, people will look back and be like, oh man, if I just invested a little bit of money back in like 2000, whatever, mid 2000s, I'd have been rich. And if you've seen this video, you're probably going to be going, fuck, I saw that video about crypto and I could have done it and I didn't, fuck. You're going to be pissed. So for all you guys that are like, I want to make money and I don't know what to do, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting space. There's so much going on. And whether you want to be an investor, or you might start your own project, or you might write articles or whatever, there's just so much going on. And it's really exciting. And I'd say I'm an enthusiast. And I've been buying up cryptos for, like over a year. And I don't want to brag or anything, but let's just say things are good. That's all I'm going to say. Things are good. It's nice to have a little extra money. You know what I mean? And it's just a space you can get into now. It's just one of those opportunities that's huge. I think we're sort of equivalent of like 1997, when if you had a .com, everybody would buy your you know what I mean? You just get millions of dollars in investments. That's kind of where we're at right now. It's blowing up. Everyone's finding out about it and investing in it. So it's still early. So if you get in now and you buy some coins in companies that you like and hold, you can still do really, really well. So check out. So what I'll do is I'll put a couple of articles below this video, and you guys can check those out. I wrote a little article about cryptocurrency on Steemit, so you can read that below. Make sure to open an account and upvote me. If you upvote me, I actually get some Steem and you get some Steem. That's right, which can be put into Bitcoin and then money. Money, the fake money that you pay to buy stuff with, you can get some of that if you wanted to. Or just hold the Bitcoin or the Steem, up to you. But check out the article. All right, peace.